Hey everyone, I just want to do a quick demonstration of this dashboard that I've put together over all of the latest pristine object librarian and ESU information, so you can quickly determine how many objects have changed in a date range and do some nice reporting over system codes and object types. So I've published the URL and you should be able to get here really quickly. Your screen should look exactly like this. Although you won't have my logo here, you'll have yours if you log into Google. And what you can see here is the initial screen is just pristine JD Edwards object analysis. So this is a view of pristine 9.2 code current F9860 and F9861. So you don't have to go downloading everything to work out exactly where things are at. Using Data Studio, this is all generated over Data Studio and the data is stored in BigQuery. But you have all these pull downs here that you can use. So just say I only wanted to look at UBE data, or actually let's view it all first. So what you get initially is the list of all of the objects in Object Librarian. We can see at the bottom here, there is 67,240 objects, and then we get a breakdown of by type. So we can see data structures have this many and business functions, etc. Who thought there'd be more business functions than most other things? And then finally we get the complexity in the various modules. So the first real module to have the most objects is blend management. What you'll find is if you click on any of the pie charts here, that will actually apply filtering to everything else. So now if we only want to look at the blend management module, and it takes a little bit of time because we're scrolling through 67,000 records. It'll get quicker the more that the people use it. Then what it does is applies all the filtering, and then it looks at only 31B. So these are all the objects in 31B, and then we get a quick summary of the complexity of 31B as well. So lots of business functions in 31B, business views, etc., etc. So we get a nice summary of that. If you want to reset that filter, you'll see here that there's a little arrow, and you just click that. The filter resets. Nice. You're able to download anything here. So actually, I'm not giving you permissions to download. Nasty me. Anyway, and then you can also apply filtering at the top here. So maybe we just want to look at UBEs. And then potentially, because what you have is you have a limit of 10,000 entries that each of these filters can filter by. And, if you were to look at object name, so R4255, let's say, it might not be in the first 10,000 records. But now, after I've applied the UBE filtering, I can look at R42565, only that. And then I can see if I was pristine and I was code current, R42565 is in the System 42 system code, invoice print, it's a UBE. The latest ESU it was in was JN17355, and it was modified on the 28th of October 2019, so it's pretty recent. Okay, so let's remember that for the next part of the demo, JN17355. So we've got one other report that I've done, which is an ESU summary. And very similar navigation, very similar usage, where you're able to view ESU information. And 17355 was what we wanted to remember. So if I look here for 17355, for example, and we only want to look at that particular ESU, what we can quickly see are all the objects that were in that ESU. So we get to see, oh, there's the 6 objects that were in that ESU, system code 70, system code 42, and system code 40 inventory. And then we can see a breakdown in these tree views of the objects that were in that particular ESU. Another couple of nice things that I've done is you can just click on this and it opens up the update center. And if you've signed in there, you get to see all the information about the ESU. So you get to see the superseded objects and the superseded ESUs, and you also get to see the objects. And hey, that's nice. They match exactly what you see in my report here. That's cool. And I've also hyperlinked the bugs. This is a little bit sketchy. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Potluck. Let's see if this one works. No, so that particular bug's not available. Let's try 2704, and that one's not available either. Like I said, it's a bit sketchy whether the bugs work or not, but you can navigate to the bugs once again from this initial list. We can look at bug details. And oh, there's no bugs for that particular issue. That's interesting. I've based my information on F9762. So if you've got any complaints, it's not really my fault, because that's exactly what the pristine table is telling me. All right. You can select date ranges, you can select system codes. So I think some of the use cases for this is, let's go back and see all ESUs. Let's just choose system code sales. So let's say we only want sales management and sales order entry. So these two system codes are important to me. And then I want to see what has been released from December to January, and I apply some filtering there, and it just quickly tells me ESUs that have been released in that amount of time for those two system codes that I'm interested in and what ESUs they're in. And that's really great. So then I can go and find all the release information for that ESU and then determine if I want to apply that or not. Okay, so really quick demo, all available for you to use, but imagine the power of being able to overlay this with your data, your code, knowing exactly how far away from pristine that you are. That's where it gets really cool. Okay, thanks, bye.